What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to my first video on World of Warships, now that it has gone out of the beta phase and is now officially released. I am recording this on Thursday, the 17th of September. You guys will see it tomorrow on Friday. Yeah, sort of my channel's hooray, it's released, as you'll get two videos on Friday. This one and a Turpits video, which I highly recommend you watch because I cannot believe how much money I made in that video. But anyways, today we are looking at ranked battles, one of the big new additions for the release of World of Warships. Something that everyone was I think a lot of people, myself included, were very excited for when it was first announced. And now that the game has released and dropped its beta tag, we can now access them. Now, this is a replay of a ranked battle that I literally just finished. I didn't record it. I'd recorded some of them, and every time I record them, they go badly, and when I don't record, they go well. This one went well, but not quite in the way I was hoping. Now, ranked battles, as you may or may not know, basically what happens is teams are limited to 7 players. 1 aircraft carrier on each team is the maximum. 2 battleships, and then I'm not sure if there's a destroyer limit, but the most I've seen is 2, and then cruisers filling up, whatever else is there. And basically the way it works is if you win, you get a star. If you get 2 stars, you move up to the next rank. If you lose a star. So basically you've got to get 2 wins in a row to go up in rank. And this replay will probably have some horrendous lag spikes. I'm not sure what the hell happened here, and I've actually just remembered about them. I actually thought I'd been disconnected at one point, but it did all come back, so I imagine that will reflect in the replay. And yeah, so basically the idea is as you go up the ranks, you're going to be playing against people who have had a similar amount of wins, and therefore hopefully their skill level is similar to yours, so the higher the rank, the more difficult the games are going to get. So I was excited, other people were excited, and I'm excited to bring it to you. A lot of excitement today. Unfortunately, the problem is that at the lowest rank, which is 25, I believe, and you can't get lower than 25, even if you keep losing, you'll just stay at 25. The problem is at 25, everyone you're playing with either is just starting or they haven't won enough to go to rank 24. So at the moment, it's going to be expected to be quite difficult to get out of rank 25. This is where you need the luck, because it's basically in terms of your teammates' capabilities, it's kind of like random battles. And here we have this first random, massive lag spike. And I have played about 5 battles right now at this point. I think this was my 5th battle, and I'm still yet to make it out of 25. The very first game I played, we won. I was like, brilliant, hooray. Second game we lost, third game we lost, fourth game we won, and then this one, and now we get another lag spike. I don't know why I did that, but thankfully it didn't disconnect me, and it does sort itself out. And that was the last one, and from now on it's smooth sailing, at least as smooth as I normally get it. So yeah, at the moment it's a little bit frustrating. I say a little bit, and I mean a very little bit. It's not pick up your keyboard and throw it at the wall frustrating, which is the kind of games I've been having, some of the games I've been having recently. But it's just, you win, you lose, you lose, you win, you lose, you win, you lose, and you're just staying at 25. And one thing I just would like to point out from my very brief observation so far, cruisers. You are like the backbone of the team, even in random battles. Battleships can do the big punches, so can aircraft carriers and destroyers. But you guys are there. You need to support your bigger ships. Destroyers, let them go and do their thing, really. But you need to support your battleships, even your aircraft carriers if possible. And so far, what I keep seeing is... Let me just quickly point something out to you on the screen. If you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, you'll see there's the little compass with my ship, and just to the right of that there is a row, a vertical row. It says full at the top, 3/4, half, quarter, stop. reverse full. That's your speed cruisers, okay? You don't always have to go at full speed. I know we all like going at full speed, but we're limited to tier 6s and 7s in ranked battles, which means that the best battleships are Fuso, Nagato, New Mexico, Colorado. Nagato and Fuso are the fastest battleships available, and they are 25, 26 knots. So if you go at full speed, you're going to run into opposition without the support of your battleships. We cannot keep up. And, I mean, you can see the cruisers on our team, they streamed ahead into the D1 and 2 squares on the map, and 2 of them died there. Another one died in the channel, nowhere near where any of our battleships could get in time, and we've lost this match. Now, the enemy cruisers, they didn't really do it any better. They were just, luckier and didn't get focused down and whatever. But, I mean, how can I support my cruisers, especially on a map like this, when you've gone far ahead and I don't even have line of sight on the enemy targets? So I've had to turn around. We are going to lose this battle, and I'm going to be back to 0 stars, because going into this battle I had 1 star, because I did win the match before this. But, I mean, the ending of this battle is going to be quite good, and I rather enjoyed it. And had I had a little bit more health, had RNG not completely fucked me over with incoming high explosive shells from the Japanese Miyokos, things could have gone differently, and I may have actually been able to win for the team. But I mean, as you can see what I mean, like right here, bam, first salvo he sets 2 fires. I put it out because 2 fires, that's kind of when you got to put it out, at least in my experience. Here comes his next salvo, and what do you know, we're on fire again. Nagato, it burns. Ladies and gentlemen, the freaking thing burns. But now it's just 1 fire, so I'm not too worried. We're nearly reloaded. And now we're on 2 fires again. So we're going to take the lead on this Miyoko. He's at 8 kilometers. We don't really have to worry about torpedoes in the water because of the way he's facing. And we get 2 citadels, and we do 32,666 damage and get devastating strike. However, we're now burning in 2 places. We've got 30 seconds odd to wait for the 5 scout by themselves, but it's not done yet because another Miyoko, there he's just popped up, at 15 kilometers is going to fire at me and set another fire with his salvo. So this was a little bit... yeah, there we go, 3 fires, and I've now got... I think I use my repair team here to just build my health reserves back up a little bit to just try and mitigate some of this fire damage. But I mean, that was just ridiculous. Every salvo, 1, if not 2 fires. And that's why I think sometimes the chance of fire does need to be nerfed a little bit. But, what can you do? They've obviously felt it's working as intended. And, the game was good enough to release. And this Raquel guy, who I believe was the destroyer, is just going off at his team. Not to be unexpected. A lot of the guys did kind of make a bit of a mistake, if you ask me, just rushing ahead like that. But with regards to the enjoyment of these matches, generally I've actually been, even though there have been more losses than wins, and I haven't been able to make it out of rank 25 yet, the teamwork, and that does actually seem to be better. There's a lot more communication that goes on, at least in the small amount of matches that I've played so far. And while it doesn't always work and doesn't always lead to a win, it is nice to see that guys are actually, talking to each other and saying, where we're going to go, stick together. But again, it just comes down to, so far in my experience, is the people who are playing cruisers are not playing smart. And I mean, one of the battles that we lost was on North, which in the case of ranked battles only has the 3 capture points. The one on the very far right of the map, what's normally D, that is no longer there, and you just got A, B, and C. And the team sort of pushed for A and for B a little bit, and the enemy destroyer made it into the middle point, into B. And we had 3 cruisers, like right there. and not one of them, and that seems to be a little bit of a replay bug, because he didn't lag like that when I was playing the game. And we get another Citadel and another devastating strike and high caliber. But none of the cruisers attempted to get into this point, and they were both myself and the other Fuso were in and around this area, and none of our cruisers went in to go and try and take out this destroyer. So he just had a field day on the two battleships. And I mean, I know it's still dangerous for a cruiser to head into those little islands when there's a destroyer around, but you guys at least can dodge the torpedoes. We can't. And we get another Citadel and we finish them off for kill number 3. But unfortunately, we're on fire again, and now there's a Cleveland, invisible Cleveland, shooting at us. But we're going to turn our attention to this New Mexico, take him out of the match, and then try and get rid of the Cleveland, and the other battleship was a Fuso, I believe. But we put the fire out because we don't really have the health to let it burn. It was a risk, and I knew that I could be set on fire again fairly soon. Anyways, I did what I did. We take 12,000 damage from the New Mexico, we return the favor with 9,000 damage, and we finish him off. I could have maybe kept my armor a little bit more angled there, and then that would have helped me against the impending flamethrower that is the Cleveland. But anyways, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. I didn't get the results screen for it, so you're not going to see any of those. But let me know what you guys think of the release. I mean, I know a lot of people in the forums have been very disappointed, at least on the EU forums, with how it's been handled, and there hasn't been a whole lot. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.